I'm Paul.
And I'm Kenny, and welcome to EWPK.
And here we are.
And here we are. It's kind of a special recording here, stream, right?
Yeah, given we can't even figure technically what to do with it.
Where are we?
That's also a good question. I think I've lost my memory. we're at Raywine CCE, Constellation Connected Enterprise, year 13. And this is a really special episode because we're in person.
Yeah, we're in person. We're in Half Moon Bay, California.
Yeah, at the Ritz-Carlton.
The Ritz-Carlton.
I literally feel like taking the camera and just pointing at the window.
I know. It is gorgeous. Ray knows how to throw an event. Really great event so far.
Yeah.
Great, really quality people doing an amazing presentation. We have one with us, and we'll introduce her in a second.
I know.
Mystery guest.
We are literally going to forego what we're drinking, which is amazing, although we will probably report back to Frank later.
We will.
Right? Just for this interview. And before we do that, of course, we've got an intro for even this.
That's so perky.
I know. And it doesn't, don't you think it's sarcastic?
It does. Nothing would fit our guest more than which way is up.
Oh, I thought you meant in perky.
Oh.
I was like, is it perky or up?
I thought you were going to perky.
She's very perky. No, we're absolutely thrilled to have someone who is not only incredibly represents an incredible business and is incredibly good at what she does, but she's also, and more importantly, one of the nicest, most quality individuals that I've met. And we have, I'm so thrilled to call her a friend. And I think we should learn more about her. This is.
Well, I'll tell you, I met her today, and I already feel like she's my friend.
I know.
It's like immediate. It didn't take like 1 second. So, Vicki, why don't you do this? Since now you're going to have to make, I don't know. Well, right this second, you're probably only making 1 or 2 friends. But when in the clips, you will be making a lot of friends, possibly thousands. So,
Vicki Beck, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us about what you're doing, and then we'll get into a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys are in for a treat.
I've had a long career with Lucasfilm. I've been there almost 32 years, still there. And I am the VP of Immersive Content for both Lucasfilm and ILM. And as a part of that, I run a group called ILM Immersive. And our goal really is to use emerging immersive technologies to invite people to step inside our stories in ways that have never before been possible. So we're really trying to pioneer in immersive storytelling.
And is that still, does that still stand for Industrial Light Magic?
Yes.
The ILM?
Yes. We have
you haven't dropped that kind of part of the relationship.
No, not at all. However, we are quite different than the traditional ILM visual effects. But one of the great things about being part of ILM is that we're able to draw from that talent base and that legacy, which is deep.
So you call it immersive storytelling. So look, obviously, we hear a lot about immersive content, immersive experience, et cetera, and we hear a little bit here and there about people who are finally getting the idea that storytelling is kind of the way it works. Can you talk a little more on the storytelling aspect of that?
Yeah. When we first set up what was then called ILMX Lab, and I'll just tell you for a second, the reason we called it ILMX Lab is because we knew that it was kind of like a lab. We were going to have to try things and learn. And the X ended up being sort of a symbol of the X-Wing from Star Wars.
So cool.
But we eventually felt that we had a robust enough portfolio that we rebranded a couple months ago from ILMX Lab to ILM Immersive.
Okay, thanks for explaining.
But the difference between what we do and what the visual effects do is on the visual effects side, they're working for a studio and a filmmaker and bringing that filmmaker's vision to life in terms of the visual effects. So it's a service business.
Got it.
In our case, we're actually generally creating and publishing product. So our immersive experiences that are targeted at home, like those for the MetaQuest or Sony PSVR, we actually are the publisher. So we sell the products and we conceive of them from the original idea all the way through release and support.
And how do I say, not in service to Disney, but do you do work for other companies? Does ILM Immersive do work for other companies besides Disney?
It's a good question, and we do it when it has strategic significance. I think because we're a smallish team, we're about 100 people, our goal really is to try to leverage the Disney properties to the benefit of the greater Disney. So, for example, our very first experience it was done with Alejandro Inarritu. And VR piece. But what was very different about it is that it was in a 50 by 50 square foot space. And the story was about immigrants that are crossing the border from Mexico to the United States and they get caught. And you are essentially an observer of this scene unfolding around you, and it is incredibly powerful. It actually is going to be available again. It has been traveling around. It started in first ever VR experience, except it went to Latin and made it a lighter footprint, a little bit easier for it to travel. And they're trying to move it to a number of different cities. And I believe it's set to open up in Washington, D.C.
Really?
Around.
I live in Washington, D.C.
It was an absolute first of kind. And it actually won a special Oscar.
Was City says we're getting an odd clicking sound. It just seems to be consistent with everything. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. He's mentioning it every here. So what I'd like to do, what I'd like to do is introduce our other guest, Joanna Popper, and then I'll step out for a minute and talk to Brent and see what we're doing.
All right.
And let you guys continue on.
Sure.
Great.
First thing about making shows like this, you don't have to do everybody professional. Joanna, come sit. I will actually give you my mic for now. Joanna Popper, please tell us a little bit about
All right. So, everyone, Joanna Popper, we're thrilled. Actually, if anyone is watching this that attended or attended CCE, we were all on the panel together earlier talking about immersion in the age of AI. We're going to talk about that here. Why don't you introduce yourself? Give everyone an idea of where you've been.
Storytelling, creativity, Started, which was done with Lady Phoenix, collaboration with Mark family, and I've worked on Fight Back with VR project looking into and then I also executive produced a project with Best Immersive that was called Finding Pandora X, which was a live interactive theater experience in VR. It was in 2020, and so people anywhere around the world
Yeah.
come in
Oh,
and interact with the actors anywhere around the world. So all the world's a stage.
Yeah. It occurs to me that both of you seem to be operating, like thinking and creating like way into the future. Like you're ahead of where we are, and even in the way you describe, you're Beck and Vicki for sure. Have you always been that way? Were you like that when you were young? And did your first job? Were you already starting out like that? Like how do you step into spaces like that and lead, especially when
apparently was being overridden by a jackhammer sound. And I no possible explanation for it, literally.
a jackhammer
It's a
sound?
jackhammer sound. That's great. Telling me so. No one's hearing what's being said. So
Okay.
here's what I'd like to do. Okay, shut this down. And next week, Kenny and I will workshop. You both you get some doing virtual.
Okay.
Okay, and that way we're in studio. We have studios in our houses.
Yeah, yeah.
Sound with the mic. Technically, the only thing I can figure is coming somewhere here. And the one thing I'm noticing now that